Welcome to the YetiRadio.com.
Welcome, everybody, to this edition with the Yeti live in studio with the Hallyways. We're going to have them in doing an interview tonight, and it's going to be amazing. We've been looking forward to this, and we're going to start off with a little intro song. Somebody help me with the name.
That one's Guana, right?
Ganas?
Oh, Ganas.
Ganas?
Ganas.
Ghana. Okay. Here's Hallyways and Ghana from 2020? Or 2020?
2018.
Or 2018?
2018.
That song?
2018.
Okay.
Nunca lo lograrás. Dudas porque solo miras atrás. Piensas que solo lo vas a llegar. Piensas tanto y se te olvida luchar. No es el tiempo, la razón. No es la falta de su sincronización. Es la vida, es su amor. Es el ritmo que toca tu corazón. Ganas para soñar. Ganas de vivir, ganas para ganar. Ganas de disfrutar. Es mi mundo y contigo es libertad. No hay camino sino tú, no mi fuerza sino tú. Ganas para cantar, en ti tengo ganas de continuar. Sé lo que quiero y no te lo pido. Sé lo que quieres pero no es lo mismo. Espero a quien no he conocido. Espero a quien ya le tenga un principio. Dame un poco más de tus deseos. Ya ves que por ti estoy sediento. Que la esencia de tu amor marque el ritmo de mi corazón. Ganas para soñar. Ganas de vivir, ganas para ganar. Ganas de disfrutar. Es mi mundo y contigo es libertad. No hay camino sino tú, no mi fuerza sino tú. Es mi mundo y contigo para cantar. En ti tengo ganas de continuar. Torpe y triste, la manera que tú eres, el éxito no existe, nunca podrás. Es la frase popular que la gente inservible siempre te dirá. No seas terco, desiste, ¿por qué no la acertas? Resigna, por favor, no vale la pena. Hay otros mejores, deja el tiempo que obre. Abre los ojos, vive así con tus errores. Pero sé bien, no sé de quién ni quién soy. No hables más de quién fui, porque a su imagen soy. No fue plata ni oro, fue sangre y dolor. Él dio todo por mí, ese es mi valor. No importan tus risas, ya no soy quien solía. Soy nuevo, soy Prada, lo que quiera mi guía. Estoy convencido, sé lo que siento y hoy lo que siento son muchas ganas. Ganas para soñar, ganas de vivir, ganas para ganar. Ganas de disfrutar, es mi mundo y contigo es libertad. No hay camino sino tú, no mi fuerza sino tú. Ganas para cantar, en ti tengo ganas de continuar.
Welcome back in studio live with the Hallyways. Right here with the Yeti. We have Mr. Ari, Mr. Ricky, Paco, and JJ live in studio telling us about the Hallyways tonight. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Thank you for having us.
No, thank you for hitting me up and wanting to do this. This is why this has all been built. give everybody a chance to put themselves out there a little bit more than just playing and just social media. Just take this and run with it and do what you want with it, and after the fact, and hopefully it helps. That's all I want is just to give somebody a little extra boost, make it work better for them.
Yeah, we're grateful for it. I mean, that's what we need. All the help we can get.
So, Ari, we'll start with you and introduce yourself and what got you started in music.
Well, my name is Ari. I am the vocalist and guitarist in the band as well. Music, my parents really, from a young age, they always had music playing around the house. Instruments I was gifted at Christmas and birthdays, so my inclination to music was always there. And as a little kid, I grew up in the church as well, so I always, every Sunday, I would really admire the musicians. That's what I really liked about the church. I wouldn't even pay attention to anything else. The drummer, the bass player, the singer, that was always interesting to me. So that's what got me started playing, and then eventually school, being here. And when we got to the States, I'm from Mexico, so when we got to the States, it was just the school really provided a lot of music programs. So then I started playing, band, and really got me going there, and eventually started, got a rental for a guitar. I rented a guitar to rent to buy, to eventually get electric. So I eventually started going with the electric guitar there, and I kept going since then. But that's how it really started, with my parents really pushing music, and I'm thankful for that, really.
Absolutely, definitely. So when did you start doing band work? When did you start getting into far as a performing band?
Very, very late. I mostly played by myself, on my own. Music by myself. Up until really with Breaky, we started playing here in Tucson. Then we started getting into the music Tucson scene. So for me, it's very I started playing with a couple bands. One band, Chris Graver band, for a while here in Tucson. And after that, Ricky joined another band, and they've been playing more, and JJ as well. More in Tucson. So for me, it's very recent in the band scene. So I'm very, very new to it.
Awesome. Ricky?
Yes, sir.
We'll go with you next.
Next act. Me, I start to play very young. The same in the church in Puerto Rico. I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And I grew up in the 80s special music, start to play with different friends, but here in US is open, it's more opportunity to play and start to play with a different guy. My last band, we play with Armando Moreno and the Revival, and start to see the mainstream here, and I don't know. I said this is part of my experience in the music in Puerto Rico. We play with a different band, but here immediately start with Armando, and next start the project from Hallyways, because after the COVID stopped everything, and I started to play with Armando. Had me to you need to start again, and talk with Daddy. Said okay, go ahead and talk with my son and Paco, and start again to the fighting in the street. Yeah.
So when did you come to the States?
20 2018, right? After the Hurricane Maria,
Okay.
I moved to
2018, somewhere in there.
2018. I understand 2018. Moved here after the hurricane,
Okay.
and I'm alive. Yeah,
Yes, definitely.
yeah, because the experience very bad, but
Oh yeah. Yeah. Being from the South, I can. Yeah. Not a fun situation to
yeah.
have to sit through. Ari, real quick, when did you? How old were you when you came to the
The
States?
States. Oh, I was
Or-
very young. I was 10 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 10, so I was able to do middle school here. I was born in Tucson.
Okay.
Initially, and just moved. My parents wanted to live in Mexico.
Okay.
And eventually, they decided, well, let's go back and let's finish high school and college
Okay.
over there. And that's when we moved back when I was 10 years old.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Paco,
Hello.
how do?
Oh.
The Rico Suave of the band?
No. Definitely not. No.
You are.
He grabbed the mic and I'm
That
like, whoa.
Rico Suave is definitely JJ. Yes. No. Well. To answer your questions, like they were saying, I started music. I think I was 6 or 8 years old at the time, and believe it or not, I started in drums. I was doing drums, but there were some guys that they said, "Oh, we want to start our own band and this and that. We need either a guitarist or a bassist, and we have a drummer." And well, that guy was better than me at drums. I was not going to take a spot. So I said, "Okay, guitars or bass? What do I do?" I'm like, "There's tons of guitarists, and they're cool and everything, but I'm not the guy that sits in front of the stage. I'm there, and it's all about the feeling, the groove. What I'm like, I'm gonna do bass. I'll try that, and I loved it ever since. And I remember when we were learning, my parents and also my cousins and everything, they were taking us to learn, to get our lessons and everything, and we hated it. We were like, I can go play soccer. We didn't have any iPads or like stuff like that as much. I did have, what was it at the time? PlayStation? Yeah, PlayStation. We put the disc. No, I was not an Atari age. No, bro. No. I have gray hair. But
That would be me.
no, the first one I had was the actual NES Nintendo with the gun shooting the birds. So my cousins and we were trying to say, hey, they would take us. Our parents would force us, and we would hate it. But the more they said, okay, we're gonna have like a small little concert so you guys can play, and we played what we had practiced, and just like the interaction between us, the people, everything was like, I like this. So I said, now when we went to practice, we looked forward to it and everything. So yeah, that's how it was. I played bass ever since. So I started with bass probably when I was 13 or 14, so slightly later than the drums. I'm 32 now, so quite a couple time. I love it. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, Mr. JJ.
He's Rico Suave.
Yeah, he's a Rico.
Okay.
Don't listen to them. Little Rico. He's a youngster with no beard yet.
You want me to keep it? Okay, I'll keep it.
That's what happens when you're the youngest member of the band.
Right?
But anyway, so hello everyone. I'm JJ. I'm the drummer of the band. And the question was when I started playing, right?
When you started, and
for me, I've always been drums have always been my thing. I think it's just when I was like 5 years old, I always would, if I went to a show and saw the drummer, I would go disrupt him or something, or play on his drums, just nonsense and whatever, and just and that's how I started. I am mostly self-taught. I did go to music school around like when I was 8. It's kind of when I decided that like I wanted to take music a little more seriously than a hobby at the time, and so I went to music school to read, actually, to learn theory and learn how to read music and all that. And so through that, I met some people and made connections, and I ended up actually working for, or I should say playing for a symphony for 2 years.
Awesome.
I played with them for 2 years, and that's kind of how I started, mostly like just sight reading classical music, and from there it progressed, and then I played with a couple cover bands at the time back in Puerto Rico, and then I moved in here, and then I started getting more involved with the local music scene here, especially in Tucson, and then I've played with a couple bands and things like that, and then later on, then I ended up with these awesome dudes here, sharing the passion of music.
Your dad's like, come play with us.
That's how it was. Well, he asked me, and I said, at first I said I'll think about it, and then I said, all right, fine, let's do
it. So how did you come up with the name Hallyways?
A little bit of, well, we wanted a name that was easy to pronounce in both languages, since we're singing both English and Spanish. So we wanted something that was just kind of like neutral, and I started looking at names and meanings and all that stuff. And Hallie was a name for a girl, the female name Hallie. One of its meanings was to lead by example. Okay. And I liked that meaning, and so I just figured playing around with the name Hallie, and then ways of Hallie, and then this and that, and then finally just said one word, Hallyways. It just had a nice ring to it. Just easy to say Hallyways in Spanish. My parents could pronounce it on the first try, so I was like, okay, it fits.
it went both ways.
Parents, yeah. Ricky said, hey, here we go. So it was tested, and it was like immediately people would just go, Hallyways, or at least in the first 2 tries they would get it. So it's very simple. So and it had a good meaning for us. Just really, our music, we want to lead by example. We don't want to just talk. And a lot of times, we, with our example in our lives, we want to present and sing about what we do and live, and just kind of be our music. But really, it's lead by example. It's one of our messages as a band.
Awesome.
Yeah, but the big challenge now is the people say, oh, Hallyways. No. It's Hallyways. At why? Yeah, because it's Hallyways. No. It's not Hallyways. Hallyways. Oh, okay.
Got to put the Y in.
Yeah, got to put the
Y in. How did you guys? Because you two were the original band, and then COVID, and then you brought in Paco and JJ afterwards when you changed to Hallyways. Hallyways. How did you guys meet? I know how you met.
Pretty obvious.
So first with Ricky, at the time I was serving at a pretty large church here in Tucson.
Okay.
And I started playing electric guitar there because that's where I started really playing electric at church. So I was just playing on a Sunday, and then eventually his wife, who had moved before him to the States, approached me and said, oh, my husband has to meet you because you do music, blah, blah, blah. And she looked at that. I looked the part, right? And then she says, next week he's coming to visit and possibly move here already, so you guys can connect. And so eventually, in one of the Sundays, we met, and we started talking, and we knew it's just like we're talking about guitars, talking about pickups and amps, amplifiers, and all this stuff. So it was just love at first sight. So
awesome.
Yeah, it was how I met Ricky. We played a couple times, and then at the time I recorded some under my name. I recorded some songs and put them on Spotify. And then when I met him, I showed him all, because he asked me, do you do other music besides just this? And I said, well, really, I make other music. I'm here just really playing guitar. So then I show him my music, and then he goes, well, we can work on this. And have you heard of this music? And we started talking genres, and we went on from there.
Awesome.
With JJ, well, JJ was his son, but Paco, he came later on, also from the church.
Okay.
I remember my first time we play with Ari. I see, wow, it's the voice, the performance, the form to the writing, and the end. They say, "Hey, bro, what is your vision? What you like it?" He said, "No, I like to maybe blah blah blah." I said, "Okay, but start to work together." He said, "Oh, okay," and start. I remember the okay. I need to transform all music. He said, "Okay, start to and create the new music. Call the people. They say, hey, I like to play here or that or blah blah blah." Immediately say, okay, the first show from Alias Civil, this is the first name in Spanish, is a, hey, poof, COVID, everything closed. He said, no way. But the pandemic season is the best, con mucho respeto,
With respect.
yeah, the best season from the band, because start to work in the studio and literally recreate the song by song, and
Just allows you more time.
Yeah,
You know,
so
because
in a
of
way, it forced us to really
Right.
get in the studio and get creative for a little bit and have something to play outside, not just go out and play.
Right,
We just
absolutely.
our ideas that we had. So yeah, it was pretty good to us. I mean, it was hard because we were just in our own homes, just recorded this, and then you come in, and I have to spray the whole room, and then now the next person comes in, right, with the masks, and because we still try to be careful during that time. But yeah, we eventually recorded songs and pulled them out during COVID. So
awesome. Use time wisely.
yeah,
That's
we had to.
well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think everybody did.
Yeah.
It was there's a lot of those stories, and I think that's why we have some of the stuff that we have today because of the shutdown.
Yeah, more
Because
jobs,
it
different
allowed
types of
everybody
services.
to focus on what it allowed you to focus on what you wanted to build without without having to build what you were trying to build and performing at the same time. Now you have something that you can go do, and now you can work on other things while you're performing the stuff you've already put together. So it's, I see how that can benefit significantly
Yeah.
for a band. So that's awesome. Let's see. What's been your biggest highlight so far?
Highlight. I think the fact that we were able to play with pretty good, larger shows with as an opening band for some local bands as well, jumping out of just the bar scene a little bit. So we've played a couple of shows and we're pretty proud of the way we're slowly getting attention from other local artists, and then saying, hey, you want to play with us? Because for us, we were pretty nervous at first, saying we were very new to the scene, bilingual, and then nervous for speaking in Spanish or in English when I'm on stage. It was very, very new to us. So then having bands saying, oh, you guys are pretty cool, we should play together, that felt good. So for us, it's been joining with other bands and being able to play shows more downtown in Tucson and even Phoenix. It's been pretty awesome, just hanging out with the other guys and really talking experience, and oh, have you played here? Oh yeah, I have. And that has been, for me at least, the biggest success for us, because I was just from a band that has never played really a long time and locally, to be able to mesh with other guys and other musicians. It's been pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
when you write your music, where do you where's your philosophy in your music writing?
We write on about our life experiences, a lot of fears, a lot of things that sometimes we don't want to say out loud or confess with just words to somebody. Sometimes you want to, that feeling of sometimes of failure that we don't want to recognize. So we write on that. Personally, growing up in the church, obviously there's a religious aspect in the sense of the message, of a positive message of what's the good and the bad. Sometimes we get distracted of what everything else seems like. Oh, this is what's good, and when you're bad, it should be sad. And then sometimes we'll be like, well, sometimes when things are bad, there's opportunities. It's a perspective of looking at it instead of dwelling on that sadness and making it go deeper and deeper into maybe a worse state. So for us, is we want a message that says, even when things are bad, there's another perspective you can look at, and it could be good, and you can take advantage of that time. Kind of like we were speaking earlier, COVID seemed, Ricky was saying respectfully, for many it was very, very tough times, but for us, we didn't get, thankfully we didn't suffer anything serious in our families, but we were able to create something with our music and go a little farther. And it's kind of that idea, how we rose from COVID as a band, kind of thinking, wait, well, maybe all these bad things happen in our lives could be also used for a good thing, for change, not see it as just like a sad thing.
Right.
So that's really where our philosophy is.
So who are some of your musical influences?
Ooh. Quiet over there, Paco. We're so different.
101.
I think we're all different. I started I was just noodling and trying to write some stuff, and I was like, hey, you can totally tell the difference on like who's playing or who's kind of like making like a sketch, kind of like an outline of a song or something like that. Ricky is more like rock, more like heavy, like. And then you see Jova's more, well, he's a drummer, he's gonna be more percussionist, but Adi's more of a more melody and stuff like that. And then I'm like, I don't know, I kind of sit somewhere in between, something of everything. But that, I think that comes from my influences. If I showed you my playlist, you'll jump in from like some Mexican corrido music to like some heavy rock to some everything, and I think that's part of like our culture. It's kind of like a melting pot. Kind of just throw everything in a mix, and something just feels right when you mix two things different, and hey, that you have a new meal or some awesome stuff. I don't know, but for me personally, I guess what I listened to the most, what I grew up most is a lot of things like Foo Fighters, a lot of things like maybe Maroon 5. I like a lot of music of how it feels rather than you can hear something and the guy can be ripping on guitar or something, and I that's awesome. But to me, it's like, how was the moment at the time? Like for me, it's like the feel you get from it. So that for me, it's more. That's where I come from. That's kind of like my rhythm, my beat. Yeah. So those are my influences. Not necessarily the bands as a whole, but yeah.
Okay. Me, I like more country rock. I like Jason Aldean. I like Luke Combs. I like this country. Rock, I like Doctrine, Three Door Down, Foo Fighters, everything. I like more rock, but especially the country rock. Oof.
Yeah.
For me, it's
Right.
top. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've had so many mixes. I mean, in my for genres, I can't really pick what I really listen to, but it really, when it's heavy stuff, it's like Metallica. This band, As I Lay Dying, when it's harder stuff, and I go things to where, like Paco said, maybe it's more like Mexican music. So I really like some Mexican pop music, the way it's written. For Spanish, I've always been a fan of the lyrics, because the way the language is, it's a little bit different than in English, the way music is written, and so I've always admired that. So Switchfoot, big band for me. Bon Jovi, I like Bon Jovi a lot. So it's just very, where it's lyrical and all the melodies are there. If it's really catchy, I kind of my ear just goes to that. And yeah, it's been a mix of everything, but yeah, mostly it's rock heavy. When it was punk rock, like Good Charlotte, Sum 41, was a huge fan of that era and that time too. So that is mostly where I sit, like punk rock, pop, and then even EDM a little bit. I dwell on it, so it's a big mix.
Oh yeah, you look at my playlist and go, "What are you smoking?"
Yeah, my friends, when they go on my playlist, because they all have very like structure, where it's hip hop or where it's reggae and whatever, and they like their music. And for me, it feels like someone just hacked into your account and added all their songs.
Yeah, I've had that happen though.
Yeah,
and I'm like, where'd that come from? I know I didn't put that in there.
All right, for me, it's no different. I listen to everything. It's mostly like, the mood and the moment, and I can go from some today I'll be listening to jazz, tomorrow it's rock, and next week is reggae or whatever. But for me, the main thing is like it's rock, and like if you go into like my Spotify or something, all you'll see, like you'll go from like Bon Jovi, Guns, Metallica, just all those bands, and and that's kind of my thing. My top band, I feel like a big influence as far as like a band. I think Queen for me is top notch. Another band that I'm very influenced by is called Colony House, and so they're like an indie rock band. And that's kind of the thing where where most of my influences are based on, other than like rock and other things. And I mean, my background, so like I played a lot of like Latin music and things like that. So like I have all that, in my playlist as well. You can just scroll into that, and that's kind of my thing. So yeah.
Awesome.
Dirty Honey.
Dirty Honey's great. I mean, yeah, those guys are awesome.
Do you have any off the wall pre-show rituals?
Not yet.
I think
not yet. I feel like every show has been so different, and we've been messing around with like our set list still, and learning how to like learning the venues, really where to put it, setting up quicker and all that stuff, so that we don't really have a ritual just yet. But I think we'll eventually, once we get more shows and we get that flow going again, it's gonna be we'll come up with something. But
what's the strangest thing that's happened to you on stage?
Strangest thing.
Someone takes a guitar while we're on stage.
Oh. Let's not get started on that.
Cats out of the bag.
Yeah, so another band, while we were still playing, I guess a guitar was stolen during the show from the other bands that were setting up. They had their stuff on the side, and so we just never fathomed that would ever happen.
Wow.
So, but apparently it's happening in downtown. So take care of your stuff, guys.
Yeah, keep an eye on it.
Keep it where you can see it.
Air tag it.
Air tag it. Yeah, put some air tags inside of your tallies.
Keep it away from the fence.
Away from the fence.
Yeah.
You called me. I put all my stuff next to the fence that day, and then JJ comes over here. Hey guys, let's move everything out of the fence. Let's put it over here by the stage, under the stage. Don't put it by the fence. And we're like, oh, cool. Yeah, sure. Why not? And
sure enough,
same day.
Wow.
Lessons learned.
Absolutely. That's crazy. Let's see. When you write a song, how do you which direction do you come at writing a song? Do you start with lyrics? Do you start with the guitar? Do you start with...
Yeah, normally I start to create the music, and I start to wreck the idea, and I talk with, hey Ari, look at this, and he start to see the melody, or no, I need maybe change this or that or whatever. Normally this is the typical work, but now Ari start the writing the lyrics first and the melody.
Okay.
But
Yeah, it's for me. Initially, when I first started writing music, it was music first, kind of just playing guitar, finding the chords that I liked, and then writing that part, and then eventually just started putting ideas down on paper as I play guitar. But yeah, essentially now I want to get into more just writing, just directly without the guitar. So it because it does make a difference. The ideas come out differently. I've noticed, which is there's no right or wrong way. It's just sometimes when you're playing, I can't think of anything to say. I'm too distracted playing. I like what I'm doing, so I just that day I just said, you know what, I'm writing music. I just write the music, but it's a mix of both. Mostly has been just melody first, then lyrics for the majority of the time.
Let's see. What's your favorite song to perform?
Ooh. Performing. For me, like I said, I think I enjoy most, it's one of the, I'm undecided. Because it's weird, because I don't necessarily like this, compared to like the songs, I would say, oh, this is my favorite song that I like, I think, but performing,
it's different
it's a different
feelings.
feel, it doesn't
Yeah,
sound like the one we recorded, so it's, I would say, for me, Ganas is pretty fun. It's one of our first songs, and since it was recorded, we've been playing it so much since then that I feel like it sounds different live, and I've enjoyed that live version of Ganas more recently for me.
For me, I like the Cuando. I don't know why, but it's powerful. I like this song.
One of our more guitar heavy.
Yeah, but I feel I don't know, we play Para Lo Que Fui.
Oh, okay. Para Lo Que Fui.
Oh my gosh, this song is very special. I don't know, maybe because this song strike the changing or the evolution from the band, from the Alias Civil to Hallyways. But this song in stage with these two guys, oh my
God. Yeah, this song sounds different with the new drummer.
Yeah, the feeling is very different. I remember my first time play with song on the stage, and these two guys immediately said, guys, you're amazing, bro. This song is amazing. But for me, these two songs.
You, me, cool. I'll go. I can also say, like, I enjoy playing those two as well, because Cuando has, Ganas has that little Latin groove that I like. It's like, has that little bit of a Puerto Rican reggae added to it. You guys sneaked in. They just like, sneak it in there. They have to make their presence known. Like, when there's a Puerto Rican, there's a flag, there's everything. Sneak in the reggae. No, but it was awesome. I like that little part. It's one of my favorite parts to add. And then also the song Para Lo Que Fui. I told you guys when we played, I'm like, hey, this sounds nice. I like it. It's about like I said, I like a lot about like how it makes you feel, how it feels when you're hearing it, and yeah, you hear it one time, and depending on your mood, you can get something out of it another time you're like, hey, it's different. It hits different. So I think both Ganas and Para lo que fui I'd probably enjoy.
So I think from the originals, I really enjoy Cuando. I think it's a very, very groovy song. Like, besides, it's one of our, like, you know, heavier when it comes to rock, definitely. But that it has that groove, so I just and that feeling on stage, I definitely enjoy that. But from some of the covers that we've played, I think World on Fire would probably be a solid. A solid cover, but from the originals, Cuando, I would say, and you know what? I'd probably have to pick Para lo que fui, probably. Yeah, I think I would pick that one because that at the end was
especially when we did that little
that jam at the end, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When we do that live, there's a section at the end where we just like keep it hanging, and
we literally just jam to what we're feeling there. So sometimes there's a guitar solo, sometimes there's not, sometimes there's drums, and it's like a jam session that it just came like on that moment, and we're like, hey, we need to keep that there, and it's different for every show, and that's, I like that part.
It's that whole like spontaneous kind of like playing where like every now and then, like if you go to one of our shows, you'll see like we'll try to never keep it the same. We'll try to put something a little different there, so that each time you go to a show, you get something else. So it's not like predictable, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like, oh, okay, like that's cool. So like different arrangement, different changes, things like that. And so definitely that's one of the things that we've done for that song. That live is just one of its kind.
Okay.
So
awesome. Well, I guess we'll use that as our intermission song. I guess I picked good. So, para lo que fui. Para lo que fui. Para lo que fui.
What I was made for, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right here on the Yeti Radio with the Hallyways, live in studio.
No soy como él, aunque el deseo es igual. La vereda está estrecha cuando no estás. Persigo lo que no debo de alcanzar. Es dura la carga y ahora admito que tal vez difícil fue borrar, pero el arte es continuar. Debajo de tu voz vivir, no hay nada mejor. Cumplir tu misión.
It's the Hallyways live in studio with the Yeti. Get that turned down before that feeds back and blows my ears out. Oh, let's see. Get the mics unmuted. Very lovely song.
Thank you.
Yes, I don't understand the lyrics, and that's okay. We talked about that before the interview. So, but it's got a groove. It's got its groove. It's got its vibe. It's again, it's whole. You can feel it, and that's when it comes to people that don't speak your language. That's how I feel you should approach it, because then you get the most out of it. So excellent music. No arguments for me. So so where's your favorite place to play locally?
I like Congress. It's the outside Congress in Tucson.
Okay,
So far
that's
it's
the
been
one that they've got
really
the outside
nice.
venue.
Yeah, the outside venue.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been really, really fun.
Yeah.
The sound you feel on the stage, the vibrations feels really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I understand JJ like more the Union.
Okay, well, a little bit of a. So, I've
For
played
Gaslight.
a lot of venues in Tucson. And I think some of the remarkable ones for me, I think would be, so I really like the stage at the Union. It's over there north side of Tucson, but I think the Rialto for me has kind of a sentimental value, just because it means more to me, just because I've seen my favorite bands play there, some of my favorite bands. So the fact that I got to play Rialto was an achievement for me personally. So I really like that stage, but Hotel Congress is super fun to play at. I definitely enjoy Hotel Congress all day. Actually, I've played at the Gaslight Music Hall. That's actually a pretty dope venue for sure. The owners are awesome, and those would be the local stages for me. That I would say I enjoy playing them all the time.
Yeah, for me, 3. I like obviously the Rialto. This stage is awesome. Congress, it's amazing. I like more outside, yeah. But the sound, I like Thunder Canyon. I don't know why, but this guy, oh my gosh, yeah. The sound of Thunder Canyon, it's top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little bit newer than you guys to the scene and to the stuff. So, for me, my favorite stage has also been the Congress as well. More so because, like, you kind of like JJ was saying, you go there, you see your bands of people that you admire, and then to actually be able to play on that stage yourself is an awesome feeling. It's pretty cool. So, hey, looking forward to that Thunder Canyon soon. It's coming up in almost a month, right?
March 3.
Oh, yeah, a little bit over a month. And then...
We got Second Saturday, too, coming up.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah. So, I have not yet done the Rialto like these guys, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. They rub it in.
They rub it in.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
Rialto guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you played up here in the valley yet?
Only we played
We did the Yucca?
we did the Yucca Tap Room.
Okay.
That we found out how to pronounce that name there.
Yeah.
How do you say that?
I can say Yucca.
I thought about saying it before I said it right now, just saying.
But it was Yucca, and we were like, okay, that's how you pronounce it. But that was a cool spot. It was very, very, new to us. So
Right.
that was the only time we played in Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Wow.
a very quaint personable venue. It's
Small
very
and cozy.
Yeah.
definitely. You get that. The word always slips my mind when I'm trying to say it. The intimate shows.
Oh yeah.
The ones that will be remembered.
Yeah, the
You know,
people right there in front of you.
Yeah, it's you remember them, they remember them because they were that close, and then then the band becomes the big star, and that's what they remember.
Yeah.
They don't remember all the big crazy stuff. They remember those intimate settings, and those are really cool. And I'm glad we have a lot of those because you get a whole handful of intimate stuff here in the valley. So you have any plans to come back up anytime soon for shows, or
We haven't gotten like anything in yet
In Phoenix?
in Phoenix.
For now, the Battle of the Band in August. Yeah.
Other in August, yeah.
But part of the plan in 2024 is play more here in Phoenix.
okay,
Yeah.
awesome, definitely.
Yeah, we want to make the jump and hopefully see who we can contact. But yeah, that's the goal
Okay.
for 2024.
If you could play anywhere in the world, I won the lottery, and I'm gonna take 4 or 5 bands. We're gonna go on a tour. Where do you want to go?
Ooh,
Nice.
I would say. I mean, first Red Rocks. I think I've always wanted to go to Red Rocks. I mean, I haven't been. I've just seen concerts. And I hate myself for when I lived in Colorado. I never went to a concert there. Just to experience the venue, but I've heard great things and I just seen it in the scenery. So I would love to go to Red Rocks and play if I could. Red Rocks. What would you play? One venue,
I don't
one
know.
big-
The one venue for me would be, no, yeah,
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley.
Hey,
You
Wembley,
like-
yeah,
okay.
Wembley Stadium, Wembley Stadium. But I mean, probably the Madison Square Garden would probably be another solid. You know.
It's only the Garden. It doesn't compare to Wembley. Come on.
We're going on tour, right? There's more than one show, so let's stop there. Let's stop by
Money's
Red
not an
Rocks,
issue.
and then we're gonna end at the the Wembley Stadium. We're gonna
Yeah.
Give a lot of money. We'll pay for it.
But yeah, anyway, that I guess those would be the venues for me. I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I would like to play in Marquis.
The Marquee.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
I went there to a show. It's really cool. The Marquee.
Yeah. But the big, that was Rack. Yeah.
Red Rocks. Yeah, Red Rocks.
This is very awesome. Yeah. But
Let's bring something a little bit more modern. I kind of want to play at that Sphere. Just saying. That looks pretty awesome.
Hey, you know what? I'll agree. I agree.
It is new.
Yeah.
It is new.
I mean,
and
so
very, very,
dope.
very valid point.
So I would like to try that. I mean, just sitting there with seeing a whole different scenery, and then all the people and everything. That'd be pretty. That'd be pretty awesome. You could play anywhere in there.
You might as well be anywhere.
That's an awesome point, man. We don't have to go that far.
You might as well be have you seen the videos of like how it looks inside when they're doing concerts?
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
Man,
That's
so
exactly
trippy.
why I'm saying that'd be totally different. Because I mean, a venue, you see roof, you see people. Yeah, it's awesome, but that's something totally different. I'll take that.
That'd be crazy. I'm imagining that in my head. I wonder if they make the Sphere a stage for EDC.
I think that'd be dangerous.
Yeah.
Flashing lights.
yes, definitely. Okay. If you could collaborate with anybody, who would you collaborate with?
Oh,
I know it's hard to pick just one, but
oh man,
that's like because people have turned it around on me, and there's there's 5 shelves full of opportunities.
I don't know what kind of art, because we have too many genres we can pick from. Oh man, I don't know. I can think of like if it rock. I don't know. What do you even collaborate? It's a good question.
Like as a band or like another musician or
Either or, whether it's the whole band or whether it's just a musician. If you want to collaborate with another bassist or.
That's a good question. I mean, for me, I
don't know, but I like maybe the future like to collaborate with lead singer from Rascal Flex. This guy's the voice. Oh my gosh, he's amazing. Obviously, Jason Aldean. Stop. But Doctrine. Oof. Yeah.
Who would you pick,
No, Selena, okay?
no, I can't collaborate.
I definitely, if I was to choose band, I have two, and they're conflicting for one reason. Number one, I think, would be Maná. The drummer.
Yeah.
The drummer, yes. So, Mexican band, Maná, awesome. I would love to one day, just jam out with them. It's just, that would be awesome. Then, Coldplay. So, those two for me, I would totally, if one day it's like, hey, I don't know, so, God forbid, I don't wish any other bass players any sickness, but let's say he catches the flu or something and can't play, I know the songs.
And they're playing at the Rialto. They're playing at the Rialto, and he's sick and can't play. Hey, you want to fill in?
Exactly.
Yeah. He has a poster ready in the back of his car, ready, in case.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I think it would be awesome to collaborate with those two awesome people.
Yeah, totally other level though. Totally. Yeah.
You know what? I think I really would enjoy a collab with actually Dirty Honey. That actually would be I don't know if you've heard their music at all, but those guys, man, oh my god.
Yeah, this is more southern rock, it's more Guns and that's Zeppelin, this is the mix.
Yeah. Think more along the lines of Guns ish. Yeah. But of course, they do their own thing. But it's so I think that would be a great collab. I think if we ever happen to do one, those would be the guys. I think. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm gonna get weird. I'm gonna be different.
Well, you're not supposed to be the same.
Bring us beer.
If I could, I think recently I've been really digging out. No. One Republic for me. I think maybe I've been listening to a lot of One Republic. So I really like the singer. The way he writes and sings in his melodies. So I think it would be interesting to have something of that genre.
Okay.
Be mixed with more rock, with our rock. So that would have been pretty cool.
Awesome. What's the one thing you want people to know about your band?
we're booking shows for 2024 to hit us up. Nah, do you need an opening band? No.
That time to reflect if that was a good, like, an appropriate thing to say now or not.
No, but yeah, we just we want to create something different with a new message. Just really, in the time sometimes. I mean, for a lot of people, mental health is a big thing, and I feel like if we can project a message that we can help people all over, saying, bad times are bad, but let's, not to dwell on them and to get stuck in them, but to, rise, you learn and rise above it. So, really, that's the message that we want to give out, is that it's not the end. There's always some, grass is always greener. So just
focus on the positive.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You put the negative behind you, focus on the positive, because there's always tomorrow. No, not always, but tomorrow's there.
We have faith that it will.
Yeah. When you hit a block and can't write, what do you do?
Get angry. No, I hit a block. I have to stop thinking about it, because at least for me, it's hard to get around an idea, and if I keep playing and trying to force it, it just seems like it seems forced, and I don't like when something doesn't just flow, and so I have to exercise, take my mind off of it. I definitely cannot watch TV afterwards. For some reason, when I watch something, my ideas get jumbled up, or I get lazy, and so I have to be active when I get a block in writing. And not put anything that can distract my brain, at least for me, because then I just forget about it or lose interest in the song, and I just say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna scratch it, when it could have been something workable for me. But,
awesome.
The big challenge here is I like to song talk with fear or.
Oh yeah, because Ricky just gives me ideas. Like, I'll like a song about this. It's like, oh, okay. Great. Let me get on that real quick.
It's very easy. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
So it's that, and but Ricky, that's a good thing about bouncing ideas with the band, which I've liked now. That essentially the music, if it had an issue with how to create more melodies, because I feel stuck. Now with the band, everyone records and maybe put something on a drive, on a Google Drive, and now I can listen to a completely different perspective, right? Because now they create stuff from their influences, and now I get to hear Ricky stuff and JJ stuff and Paco stuff and go, oh, let me use this, and maybe I can start writing off of that instead of concentrating on me creating the music. Now it's there and it's a whole new idea. Let me just paint my part of it, on this picture. So and now it's becoming more interesting now that we're having a solid band, and writing is just, I guess that block goes away when I just go, okay, if I can write this, let me click on this other folder. Maybe Paco has something. Yeah, so refreshing.
I think you bring up a good point.
I think you bring up a good point. I like a lot, like an example, each song has its melody, and like a melody has its words, and sometimes you can't just like force them. So one thing that like my dad writes like a lot of songs, and I would help him out a lot and stuff, like write melodies. Sometimes like the melody, you just write it without a lyric, without a song, with just like an emotion. And hey, the lyrics are not there yet. So like we used to have a bank of some, like, hey, I wrote this on this case, I wrote that, check this melody out. And then he had a whole like bank of other lyrics and stuff, and once it's like, hey, this one fits perfect with this, and once you tried it together, even if the song wasn't finished, it just flowed so well that the remaining lyrics would just come along with it. So yeah, or the remaining melody as well would just flow. Hey, it needs to go with this. So that's something that I think worked a lot for like my dad and stuff.
For sure. I mean, it has to flow naturally. I feel like nothing should really be forced on a song. nothing that just doesn't feel great, because again, the listeners will pick up on that, and that's
absolutely
that's definitely not one thing we want to project with the music. We want it to be an enjoyable thing, like just a roller coaster ride, if you will, like of just the musical things. But I mean, it's definitely easier because like you said, we all have like our recording spaces and recording studios individual, so we all like write arrangements and things like that, and it's like we all bring our arrangements to the table, and then it's like, oh, I recorded this, and then we exchange ideas, and that's definitely something that that helps him specifically when it comes to melodies and writing lyrics and things like that. But that's kind of what we try to do. We try to divide the weight as much as we can. Because, for example, if I'm recording an arrangement and I hit a block and I feel like I can't progress anymore, as far as like a C or D section in a song, or like I don't know what to do for like a bridge or something like that, then I just give it to them and I tell them, hey, listen to this, tell me what you think, and do like record whatever you want on top of that, or change it or rewrite it, and then I get that feedback from them, and then sometimes that sparks my ideas back up, and then, oh, okay, I see, and I have a clear view of like the way I'm supposed to take. But so that's kind of what we try to do. That's what I try to do when I hit blocks, mainly. I mean, also, work out and things like that especially help me to clear my mind a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of how I personally do it with them.
Awesome. So what does Hallyways have going on here in the very near future? Anything? You said the third March 3rd?
Yeah, we have a couple. So we have downtown second Saturday in Tucson.
Okay.
On this February 10th. The
Okay.
10th of February, and then we have the March. The 3rd is the Thunder Canyon, and March 3rd is Thunder Canyon Brewery with I was an open with other bands there, and then on the 22nd we play at 4th Avenue in Tucson. So
Okay.
the street fair, the 4th Avenue Street Fair, one of the stages there. So it's an early show, so it's during around noon or.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's just so.
Early
Those outdoor
shows.
shows are always fun, and they're a challenge because you don't know what the weather and your voice, and then it'll be cold or not or too hot. But the crowd's fun.
Day people are different than night people.
Oh yeah. And a lot more food. A lot more food trucks.
Oh, yeah.
So it smells really good.
Yeah.
So it's a different experience. Yeah. So that's what we have, a couple of shows. But we're trying to have one a month for the next couple of months. So.
Awesome. Well, definitely keep the social media going and let us know when you got something coming up here, and we'll definitely spread the word and see what happens. And
sounds good for sure.
Hopefully everything lines up and I get to come see you, because I'd definitely like to see you play.
Oh, next
Yeah.
time we're up in the valley.
Yeah, we'll definitely contact you.
But all right, everybody, this is Hallyways in studio with the Yeti. We're going to close out with their newest single, Te Amo, English version this time, right here on the Yeti Radio.
Cause I know I'm still breathing. A little tequila to catch a vibe. It's so strange, I'm so aware of this feeling, like sharing whiskey with an empty night. Sometimes I don't know where I'm going, but I always know where I've been. Fears never come from not knowing. Te amo. Too much of anything is just toxic. The time with you is barely enough. I've learned that all shots are good for taking. Just the one to get to you. Oh, I know nothing can stop me, so I'll reach for the stars. Wherever you'll be, I know the sun will burn bright. No one said it'd be easy, but this road will soon start. All to show. Te amo. I know nothing can stop me, so I'll reach for the stars. Wherever you'll be, I know the sun will burn bright. No one said it'd be easy, but these rules will soon start. All to show. Te amo. Tell me now, show me how to reach you. 'Cause I'm feeling reborn. It's my life, it's my choice to keep you. To let go of this void. I was blind, but now I see. We were simply meant to be. So come close. Te amo.
It's Hallyways right here with the Yeti on the YetiRadio.com. Thanks for joining us tonight, and look forward to catching these guys live and having a good time when they come back up to the Valley to play. And or maybe I'll be able to figure out a way to drag my big butt down to Tucson. And I need to get down there, but yeah, it's really difficult at this point in time in life. But fingers crossed. There's one show coming up, but I think I have to go. So, but we're definitely looking forward to seeing you guys live. So, and thanks for contacting me and wanting to come up here and hang out. It's awesome. I really appreciate it, and hope everything works out and we get lots of music from you. And keep me posted.
Yeah,
absolutely.
thank you for having us. Seriously,
my pleasure. And that's it from the Yeti Radio, and y'all have a good night, and we will catch you next time.
The Yeti Radio, powered by DavidLeeImaging.com.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti.
Can you dig it?
The Yeti. David Lee Imaging in the Titletown Music Archive and the Live 365 app. The Yeti. The Yeti. The Yeti.